Well, hello, folks. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Nice to be back with you again tonight. Perilous times, itching ears, Stockholm syndrome, spiritual Stockholm syndrome. Those are the things I want to talk about tonight. And this is one of those times where I'd probably be smarter just to shut my mouth, let things go, let them roll, and not bring them up. But you know, it's just tough for me to do that. I feel like something has to be said. And, well, you know what? It's kind of a damn the torpedoes approach, and I am going to talk about it, even though I probably shouldn't, and I am going to say some things that probably will make some people a little upset, and probably things that maybe I shouldn't say if I was smart, but I'm not smart. And I've had a great day today. I've had 4 appointments today, and it's funny because when I was a preacher, I was a pulpiteer. I really was. I just wanted to preach and run. And unfortunately, you know, after the service, you got people lined up down the middle aisle, 100 people, 200 people, and I had to pray with every one of them. I didn't really like it. I did it out of obligation. I did it because I had to. But now it's so much different when I'm praying with people, when I'm working with people, and we're doing the create yourself, or we're doing any of the various technologies that I'm doing. It's interesting because it's a joy now. It's a pleasure. It's exciting. It's fun. And if my voice is a little crackly, it's because I have done, 4 hours of work with people today. Actually, about 3.5, because one of our technology failed us in one of them. But it's very, very powerful. It's very, very interesting. It's very, very fun. And we got more tomorrow, and I'm really appreciating it. Meeting some wonderful people, some exciting people, some powerful people, some very spiritual people, and it's just a great time. So if you need to get in on that, the information is in the box below. But today, I want to talk about perilous times. I want to talk about itching ears. I want to talk about spiritual Stockholm syndrome. So, Jeff, what exactly are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is, and we have to remember, before I go to this, I'm going to go to a passage that Paul wrote. And I believe Paul was a false apostle. I believe the Bible teaches that Paul was a false apostle. The Christ teaches that. But the false apostles drop truth on you in spite of themselves. And I think they drop truth on you for these weird, twisted reasons that the powers that be have to show us their hand for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's some kind of a code. I don't know if they do it just to laugh at us and, be snarky and say, oh, yeah, we showed those guys. I don't know what it is. But truth does come out, even in the writings of Paul. Sometimes, in truth, what I mean is showing his hand. So let's take a look right now at something that I want to show to you. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 3. Let's just go ahead and go up here, bloop, to the whole 2 Timothy. And I want you to see this right here. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they'll turn away their ears from truth and shall be turned unto fables. Let's take a look at this real quickly. Pardon me. In the interlinear, and what we're doing is looking at what the original Greek actually says. He says, there will indeed be a time. And when you look at 25, or the word here, kairos, it means a time, a opportunity. It means a age, an epoch, an occasion, an opportune time, a season. So he's not just talking about, and you notice how I show this and I leave it up. I don't quickly run off of it. I'm not trying to blind you with Greek. I'm trying to actually show you where I get it, and I leave it up so you can see it. It's not like a stage magician. So it's a specific due measure. It's a specific measure of times. It's a fixed and definite time. So what the lying false apostle Paul is saying is there will be a certain time when sound teaching will not be endured. Sound teaching will not be endured. A time will come when people will not bear with sound teaching. Now, Paul's telling on himself here, but according to the desires, and what's the desires mean? Eagerness, inordinate desire, lust, passionate longing. There will come a time when people, a specific time when people will not, when they will not hold on to sound teaching. What does sound mean? Sound means pure, uncorrupted, uncorrupted teaching. Healthy, sound, pure, uncorrupted. They won't hold on to healthy, pure, unadulterated teaching. They won't endure it. They will not endure it. They will not put up with it. But they will lust after. They will lust after their own desires. It's really lust. They will lust after with eagerness and an inordinate desire and lust after what? People that teach them what they want to hear, having itching ears. Ears that want to be tickled. You want a little tickle, 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 tickle. Oh, here, let me scratch you behind your ear. Oh, that's a good boy. Yeah. Let me scratch you behind the ear. Yeah. That's a good girl. Oh, yeah. How's that feel? Yeah, I'm going to get you a good scratch. Yeah, let me tickle your little tummy. Little tickle. So they don't want to endure sound doctrine because they want to take part in this tickle, tickle, tickle and the rub behind the ears kind of doctrine. They want to feel, oh, it's so nice, and they want something familiar and touchy-feely and happy. Paul's telling on himself. So some of you are asking, should be asking, well, what is this specific time, Jeff? What is this specific time? And one of my great subscribers sent me some really cool stuff here, and I can't decide which one I want to wear, so I decided I'd wear them all at the same time. They're very cool. I like them. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. But what is the specific time that he was talking about? Well, the best thing to do is when you're trying to figure out what the Bible's saying is you let the Bible say it. Imagine that. So let's take a quick look over here at 2 Timothy chapter 3. This know also that in the last days, perilous times will come. What days? The last days. What are the specific days that Paul was talking about to Timothy in 2 Timothy 4:3? He already referenced those times in 2 Timothy 3. He said, bro, it's in those last days. Well, what are the last days? Well, in the last days, at the end, the finally, and look what this word is right here. Eschatology. End time prophecy. The end times. So Paul is saying, and this is staggering, folks. This is stunning. I don't know if you get this or not. I don't know if you're seeing this, but here's Paul the Apostle, and that was Corinthians 57 AD, I think. Or that's Timothy. I want to say he wrote Timothy in 57. There it is, folks. The original Gospel Gunner, a.k.a. Christian Whistleblower, Dake's Annotated Reference Bible, preached on 5 continents. There it is. There have been a lot of heresy come out of this book, man. Woo! Oh, yeah. When was Timothy written? 1 Timothy. You know what? It's that time. I'm like Tamu out there. I got to put these things on. Timothy was written, I was a little bit late. It was written 52, 53. So here's Paul in 52. And he's writing about a specific time. And the specific time is what? The specific time This is one of those things where you're like, how does he do this? Because I'm almost like, how does he do this? This is so good. When people start talking about eschatology, the study of last things, Bible prophecy, the end times, holy, you know what? How does this happen? That's why I'm the Christian whistleblower. That's why I stay awake 19 hours a day, 18 hours a day, my bad. 19 hours a day, yeah, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, Bible college math. That's why I do what I do, and that's why you're here. And that's why I ask for your support and sponsorship. Paul was saying a specific time when people start talking about Bible prophecy and eschatology and end time things, that's the time that people aren't going to hold on to sound doctrine anymore. Look, it's right there in this, it's right there in the Greek. I'm not making it up. What time? The time when people are all running about eschatology, the time of the study of last things, the time of Bible prophecy, the time of the end times. And what are these people doing? They are doing what? Running after end times, running after eschatology, running after what? Not sound doctrine, but turning their ears from truth, turning to fables, and wanting the little tickle, 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 scratch behind the ear, a little tickle, wanting that stuff in regards to what? End time prophecy. Now, I hope you still love me after this, but, and I don't know why I constantly have to scream. I hope you still love me after this, but there's a lot of you, even you that watch the Christian Whistleblower, that are still addicted to end time prophecy. You still want a little tickle, tickle, tickle. You still want a little scratch behind the ear. You still want a little pat on the head. You still want a little taste. You know, you got off the hard stuff, but every now and then you just want a little taste again. Just give me a little bit. Just let me hold my mouth under the nozzle. How much for just one rib? You just want a little bit. You can't quite separate yourself from the book of Revelation and the Left Behind and the red heifer and the tribulation and the vials and bowls and the tribulation and the Antichrist and the rebuilt temple. You just can't quite, you gotta little dibble dabble do. You know, you think, oh, just a little dabble do me. Brothers and sisters, why you still got itching ears? I put out a video showing that some of these end time teachers are still talking about signs and wonders and thoroughly Jesuit doctrine. And I get blasted. Oh, why would you say such a bad thing about such a nice person? Because they're a false teacher. The question isn't why would I say it? The question is why you still want a little dabble do you diddly diddly do little tickle tickle tickle, a little bit of scratch scratch scratch. Why are you still out? Why are you still turning away from sound doctrine, wanting a little dabble do you? I just like to hear about the asteroid that's going to strike the earth. I just like to hear about Antichrist and tribulation. I just like a little. You're an addict. You're a junkie. But I don't blame you, because you've been a junkie for 2,000 years. As a species, you've been a junkie as long as you've been alive as a person now, because you've had the end time eschatology crap stuffed down your throat, really historically since about 1844. But within modern American culture since, the mid-70s. And for those of us that were alive and able to comprehend things in the mid-70s, we've been inundated with the Left Behind. What was that movie? A Thief in the Night. And some of you still want to tinkle, tankle, did a little tickle, tickle, scratch, and you just want it. You can't get yourself out of that whole end time. Well, Jeff, I like to study, and you're addicted. You got to get out of the left behind eschatology, end time stuff. Not because Darty says it necessarily, but because, let me show you one more time, because Paul is saying, look, hang on, because I know that the time's going to come when they won't endure the sound doctrine like Christian Whistleblower and some other people are bringing to them, but they want a little tickle. They want their lust. They got to get their fix. So they want to go to teachers because they got them itching ears, even a little bit, and they'll turn their ears away from the truth, be turned into fables. And what are the truth and the fables about? The fables about eschatology, last things, end times. And there he goes screaming again. Why does he have to scream all the time? Probably the same reason that you got to go diddly diddly little dabble do you all the time, because we're both hooked on it. But mine isn't harmful except to my vocal cords and possibly your ears. Jeff, what are you talking about? I've shown you this 100 times, but thank goodness we get a whole bunch of new people here all the time. So let me break this out to you one more tizzle, one more time. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Here it comes. Bam. Francisco Ribera. Handsome fellow, isn't he? I still wonder if the NFL shield has anything to do with the Jesuits. I mean, look at that. But that's a story for another broadcast. Francisco Ribera was a Spanish Jesuit. Jesuit. Look at this right here. Who was Francisco Ribera? He was a Jesuit. And what was he identified with? Futurist, Christian, eschatological view. What did Paul say was going to be the subject of the itching ears? Diddly, diddly, little tickle, tickle. Eschatology. In order to remove the papacy of the Catholic Church from consideration as the Antichrist, Ribera wrote a book where he said that the book of Revelation was going to apply to a yet future period prior to a future second coming. And the reason he did it is because up until then, everybody believed that the papacy was the seat of the real Antichrist. What are some of the things about this eschatology? Persecute and blaspheme the saints of God. Oh my God, the mark of the beast, they're going to be chopping off heads. Don't you know that you might have to endure the mark of the beast, and that if you take it, they're going to, if you don't take it, they'll chop your head. That don't come from the Bible, that comes from the Jesuits. And every single person that talks to you about scaring you about the mark of the beast, oh, mark of the beast, chip, tattoo, sporty cap, t-shirt, every single person, not most, don't care how nice he is, don't care how sweet she is, every single person that teaches you about, oh, avoid the mark of the beast, oh, they're going to be chopping off heads, oh, they're going to be persecuting, oh, the saints of God will be wore out, oh, and it's coming, oh, there's an asteroid going to strike the earth, the Trumps and the vials, I'm Chicken Little, the sky's falling, I'm melting. Every one of them is preaching you false Jesuit doctrine. I've shown you in the Word of God what it is. I've shown you in the Bible, which is 25% Word of God. Not enduring sound doctrine, going after their own lust concerning what? Eschatology. And what did the rat bastard Jesuits start? Eschatology. He invented it. Am I sharing my screen? I'm not. Sorry. Oh, that was such a good rant, too. Let me see if I can start it again. What is it about? They're not enduring sound doctrine. They're heaping up to their lust, having itching ears, turning away from the truth of what? Eschatology, which the rat bastard Jesuit started what? Eschatology. See, there you go. It's almost like rewinding the video without having to. And what are some of the things? Oh, chopping off heads, mark of the beast. Rebuild the temple. Oh, they're going to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. They're going to blow up the Dome of the Rock. They're going to build one with 3 doors. They're going to, oh man, rebuild the temple, the red heifer, the priesthood, Ark of the Covenant. All Ron Wyatt found was a way to make some money. Found the Ark of the Covenant. Give me a break. Rebuild the temple. Oh, abolish the Christian. Oh, come after Christians. Oh, they're going to chop heads. Deny Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. They're going to, oh, and there's going to be a great revival among, the Jews. Yeah. And the 2 witnesses. Yeah. And you got to watch out. He's going to conquer the world. Every damn bit of that. Every damn bit of that. Jesuit, Society of Jesus, Catholic, Jesuit, eschatological, this fellow. He started it. And I don't care how sweet she is. I don't care how nice he is. If they're teaching you this crap, they're teaching you what this rat bastard of a rat bastard, eschatological Jesuit, lust-seeking, turn away from truth, itching ears, not sound doctrine, based on what? Eschatology, study the last things, future Bible prophecy. Jeff, what are you saying to me? I'm saying to you that the Gospel of John, the final message of the last apostle. Am I still sharing? No. See, this is just kind of irritating sometimes. That I'm not very good at this yet. I need a better platform. I'm trying to find one. The reason that Ribera, let me show you one more time. The reason that Ribera started his future eschatological view, which includes all these things that all these other people are teaching you, including the person that I'm not going to mention anymore because she's getting too much play from me. That you all, oh, but she's so sweet and she's so nice. She's so nice when she teaches us Jesuit doctrine. She's so sweet when she teaches us, when she tickles our itching little ears. She's so kind, and she has such a sexy voice when she talks about these Jesuit blasphemy things that have been put in. It just makes me want to leave sound doctrine, and it makes me want to, have my little tummy tickled and my little ears rubbed. And she's just so cute and sweet and nice. The reason he started all this stuff was to make it future period, because everybody knew, and this was in 1678, 1570, 16th century, up until 1570. Folks, this is 2017, so we're talking about 500 years, not even. For 1,570 years, everybody believed that Revelation was past, not future. And they also believed that the Catholic Church was the seat of Antichrist and that Roman Christianity was the seat of deception. But here comes Jesuit eschatology with Francisco Puffyhead Ribera. No, it's not past, it's future. And here you are, buying it, loving it, eating it up. Some of you. Check this out. Why is it so important, Jeff? Well, check this out. This is why it's so important. Woman arrayed in purple and scarlet, decked with gold, precious stones, pearls, golden cup in her hand, abominations, fornications, Babylon the Great, mother of harlots, abomination of the earth, for 1,570 years, drunken with the blood of the saints, blood of the martyrs. For 1,570 years, everybody knew that was the Roman Catholic Church. Everybody knew that was Roman Christianity, both Roman Catholicism and Roman Protestantism. Everybody knew it until this guy came along, and now he wants us to believe that we're looking for a future Antichrist, and there's going to be a future harlot of Babylon. What are you saying to me, Jeff? I'm saying this. Because we've already seen the truth. It's already written out. Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. The Roman Catholic, Roman Protestant religion is being exposed for what it is. Fornication. Think the Roman Catholic Church got some fornication? Being part of the government. Roman Catholics and the government hand in hand. Being part of the financial system, waxing rich. And they're the ones giving you that tickly ear doctrine. They're the ones that are teaching the stuff that started the stuff that makes you not want to endure old stick in the mud Christian whistleblower when he says it's all past, not future. They're the ones that you're lusting after. They're the ones that are giving you a little tickly, tickly, tick, yeah, little dabba do ya. They're the ones that you're turning your ears from to listen to, according to what? Eschatology. And what does John the Apostle say? What does John the Apostle say? Come out of her, my people. Stop dibbly-dabbling, little dabble do ya, tickle a little, tickle, 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 scratch behind my ear. Stop it. Cut it out. Quit doing it. It's really not that complicated, is it? It's really rather plain. Is it not? I don't get it. It's Stockholm, spiritual Stockholm system, spiritual Stockholm syndrome. You've been a slave for so long, you've grown to kind of like the slave stuff. I had leeks and garlics when I was in Egypt. Why'd you bring me out here? You gotta get off the junk. You gotta go cold turkey. You gotta quit being a junkie, my brother, my sister. I'm almost afraid to, but I'm going to take a quick look at the chat room, and we'll close out this epic time of ranting and raving by taking a look at what some of the people are saying in the chat and seeing how many people hate me now. It's in the DNA. It is in the DNA. How did all the masses get fooled and follow? You just saw how they did from Jesuit. It's the greatest. The greatest. What's the word I'm looking for? That's spy stuff. What's that whole thing called? Spyery. What's that word? It almost came to me. The greatest example of spy stuff that's ever happened. And it's the Jesuits. What's a Jesuit? Society of Jesus. Go ahead and Google that, Jen. It's the stormtroops of the Catholic Church. Must you shout? Yes. I'll just be honest. I must. And yeah, well, oh, thank you, Todd. It doesn't look like there's too much that I'm getting black. You know, we got silly Tony Tiger, little tickly. Let me give you a little tickle, Tony. Give me a little tickle. Let me get a little scratch behind your ear. How's that? How about under your chin, Tony? How you like that? Is that good? Little scratch, little tickle. Get that corn out of my face. You better go back and get that from somebody else. All right, sorry. Mark of the Beast is nothing more than evil that one does in reaction. Actually, Mark of the Beast literally is money. I've shown you that 100 times. History of Christianity is so different than what we know. The history of Christianity is the history. Every single year, yeah, Rocker Chick. I remember 88 reasons why the rapture will happen in 1988. I remember the Jehovah's Witnesses. 1977 is the year. Before that, they said 1914. Before that, the Seventh-day Adventists said 1844. And now last year, wasn't too long ago, it was always coming back at the blood moons. Remember the whole blood moon stuff? Now it's September 23rd, asteroids and all this. It's just a bunch of crap. You've seen what it is. Yes, I do have to scream. I'm so sorry. Bell Star 60, you're right. In a way, Rome never fell. Rome never fell. It just changed their game, changed the name for the same game. There are no raptures. Rapture is a lie, Stevie. And it is going to be a fake false flag. Rocker Chick is dialed in. People do love drama. We're addicted to drama. That's why you watch all those crazy, silly things on TV. We want something to hold on to rather than the true journey of going within and the true intimacy of self. Tamu, that is it. We want, just give me something to believe in. We want something easy. We want to put it in the microwave, hit 2 minutes, sit back. We want to take some ayahuasca. You want to chew a peyote. You want to have some shrooms, and poof, you're spiritual. Shame on us. Shame on us. Shame on us. Shame on us. All righty then. Any questions? I got to the bottom of the chat. Oh. Scarfing that peyote and slurping that ayahuasca. Man, come on. Is that a tourmaline piece in that chain? I don't know what these are, Tamu. I really don't. You can see what they are. She told me what they were, but they're nice and they're cool, and it kind of makes me feel good. And this one, I don't know what it is. It's black. It's black. And I have to say, last night that was it last night we had Travis on and somebody asked a question, did the Jesuits start the Masons? And he said, next question. Oh, man, that freaked me out a little bit. So anyway, that is tourmaline. The black one is tourmaline. Cool. The black one looks like tourmaline. I know it makes me feel good. I know it's good stuff. So I really didn't try. Yeah, one of them is shungite. I remember that. I have the paper here somewhere because she sent me a nice box and it was all wrapped up in little boxes with bows. It was like Christmas. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I didn't really come on here to upset anybody. And Tony Tiger, if I misunderstood you, I mean, it sounded to me like you were pushing for the Christian way. Who can make you believe absurdities and can make you commit atrocities? Maybe I'm missing. You know, I snapped at some guy the other day too, and I was wrong. So it just goes to show I still got some things to work on too. Tony Tiger, desire all to be saved. Saved from what, Tony? Saved from what? We got no sin. Get that con out of my face. I'm a con for agreeing with you. I don't derp. Should I stop showing you? I don't know, man. I don't know if I missed it. I'm sorry, but I thought you were talking the party line, man. It's all good, no sweat. That isn't small stuff. I need to. That's like 2 days in a row I've snapped at somebody. So yeah, I'm not perfect. I need to work on that. It's probably, you know, combination of maybe not enough sleep and too much work, but it's still not acceptable. So at any rate, you see what I'm talking about. You see what they're talking about, what the word's talking about. And in the end, you got to make your own decision and do what you want to do. Any last questions before I end this thing? Tickle, tickle. Yeah, well, that's what it said in the Greek. Little tickle, tickle, tickle. I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. I appreciate you being here. I really do. We've got some real good stuff coming up for you. And I'm trying to find something that will allow me to share, you know, the website and go through the Greek and still be able to look at you and stuff. So trying to find the right platform. I think what I have to find is I have to find a better, oh, there's Rocker Chick with some more of her rocker music. Did I ever answer what about the Jesuits? The Jesuits are the stormtroopers of the Roman Catholic Church. They're called the Society of Jesus. They're the ones that do all the espionage. That's the word I was looking for. Eschatology is the greatest espionage, the greatest act of espionage ever perpetrated upon. No, did the Mason? No, he didn't. I mean, if somebody asks you, did the Jesuits come from the Masons? And he says, next question, that's tantamount to saying yes to me. Who is Jesus' daddy? The Lord. Of course, Jesus wasn't real. Video on 3 feet behind your head. I can't really teach 3 feet behind your head on a video. It's more, it's a one-on-one thing, because 3 feet behind your head takes about 4 hours to get your life track clear, and then 3 feet behind your head's about another. You're 7-8 hours in before you get to 3 feet behind your head. You know, I see Masons or Jesuits. Jesuits run the Masons. With Travis's question, you know, it really is starting to sound that way to me. And I hate that, because I got to be frank with you. I was thinking about joining the Freemasons because I was asked, and it's a great fellowship, and I've met some great people that are involved in it. But, dude, if it's got ties to Jesuits, I can't do that. That'd be just like all these other people I'm talking against. Thank you, Carol. So there you go. There you go. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. And no, I'm not going to. I am not going to. The secretive doesn't bother me, because I mean, there's secrets in everywhere. I hope you can talk about God has many mansions. Are you trolling me, Troy? I know you're playing with me. I know you're playing with me. That mini mansion thing is part of the you know what? God does have many mansions. He's got many mansions and a soul farm. And if you want one, you can have one, but I don't recommend it. Wait until you see one of the rituals I sent you. Did you send me the one about? Yeah, I saw that one. I don't know if I believe it 100%, but it was a good read. That had to do with the butt sex, right? Did he say butt sex? Aprons are for cooking. That's funny, and that's true. But you know, both my grandfathers were one, and I felt a kind of a duty to family. But my dad was a Jesuit. Local money rolls uphill and out to the wrong places. Matt, I actually in the past used to run a soul farm in the astral. Masons are compartmentalized. Who's on top of the pyramid? Yeah. Love you too, bro. Yeah, it could be Bellstar. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. And I understand the astrotheology, and there's probably elements of truth to that. But anyway, I think this was a good talk. I think we got some good things worked out here. And there you go. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. You can contact me in the box below, has the information on it. It doesn't look, no, Matt, it kind of does look like this world. It's really almost indistinguishable from this world, except there's no cause and effect. There's no time. But the go on my website and check out the calendar. Didn't work out so well. You can still do that. I left the calendar up, but if you want to schedule work with me, email me 3 times and dates that'll work for you. I'll get back to you with my Skype address. Unless you can't use Skype, then we'll work out another way. But that way has been good. I haven't missed any appointments, and it's been really good stuff. Jen, if you don't know how to get there, you're not ready to get there, and I don't mean that to be demeaning whatsoever, but it's something that you don't want to go to unless you're ready to go to it. So, don't worry about that. Just chill. All right, guys. Much love, much peace, much joy. And I really do think you're the best group out there. We are really growing it and blowing. This world is a soul farm, man. I agree with you 100%. And I'll probably do another video tonight. I got one I want to do on these 5 dummies that think that they're the Messiah and tell you who the real Messiah is. Jeff Daugherty will tell you tonight who the real Messiah is. Guaranteed. I will name tonight the real Messiah, and it's not one of them 5 fools that think they are. Unwind your mind, unindoctrinate yourself, guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru, discover the divinity within you so you can love yourself. That's what the Christ said was the first part. Love yourself, then love your neighbor as yourself. In other words, be excellent to each other, and that's when everything starts clack-a-lacking down the track. Jeff Daugherty, Christian Whistleblower. Until next time, adios.